Today, we're talking about Dior. Let's go. Hello guys, what is happening? It is Matt here from Sophisticated Obsession, and today we are going to be talking about Dior. Let's go. This package has been something that I've been after for years, like literally years. I have been after one of these items, and finally, I have got my hands on my very own men's oblique Dior saddle bag. So I've had this product for about 2-3 weeks now, and I've been wearing it around. I mean, not that I can go to many places right now. I've been wearing it to the shops. I can sort of take you through a couple of the features that maybe you don't know about, and then I will also talk to you a little bit about some of the things that I think are maybe less good about this item, or things that I just maybe didn't really take into account when I was then purchasing it. Needless to say, I absolutely love this item, but before we get into the review of this bag, let's take you back a little bit further to when this Dior bag was first, presented to us, like it was first introduced. So back in 1999, if we can think back all that time ago, my God, that feels so long ago. I mean, I was 6 when that happened, wow. Back in the day when John Galliano was the creative director of Dior, he created the women's saddle bag, which was very, very famous and was like basically a staple of people in the know. Then it kind of went out of fashion a little bit, but now it is very much back in fashion with sort of the reintegration of these saddlebags and also Kim Jones being at the helm. So for those of you that don't know, Kim Jones is a British fashion designer, and he is kind of known for his collaborations. He's done it with Dior, but also he did it with probably the biggest collaboration of modern day history, Louis Vuitton and Supreme. Now, if you want to know a little bit more about Kim Jones, then I did a little bit more information when I was then reviewing my B23 sneakers. So if you want to then check that video out, I've linked it just above my head. He then produced the first men's saddle bag of what we know today. This was basically an iteration of the 1999 version, but he made it a little bit more chunkier, a little bit more masculine in its overall appeal, and just basically gave it a more up-to-date twist. Now, we have seen various iterations of this bag. We have seen him do various collaborations with artists such as Kors, Stussy, Daniel Arsham, and we've seen the newest collection drop with the artist Kenny Schaaf. Now, not only have we seen different collections from the artists' collaborations, but also we have then seen from in-house different things that have then come out using this saddle bag template. For example, the very, very expensive metal saddle bag, and Kim Kardashian was sporting that. I dread to think how heavy that bag is. That must weigh a ton. Okay, so enough of that. Let's get into the unboxing of this. So the bag comes in their very lovely sleek design. This has got like a leather look to it. Also, we then have the off-center seam and the little drawstring that we then pull to then open it out like so. This is magnetic, so it will then stay in place. Personally, I really like this look, but I was a little bit gutted that it was a little bit scuffed. I mean, it doesn't really matter. What matters is the contents inside. But yeah, I was just a little bit like, oh, I've paid all this money. I want it to be presented really nicely, and it was then a little bit scuffed. So I was a bit gutted by that. But we'll move on. So if we then look underneath the tissue paper, We then have our bag, which is in a little dust bag. So the cotton dust bag has a drawstring so that you can then pull it tight. It feels like a matte finish Dior logo on the front of this. Now the one thing with this is that I feel that the bag is a little bit crushed in here. I would have liked the box to maybe be a smidge bigger. So I think actually I'm gonna be keeping it out of the box just because I don't want the bag to then like get creased or misshaped. I am a little bit gutted in terms of the design of the packaging. I think it could have been better. We then have our saddle bag like so. So this is the oblique print. This isn't leather. It's got leather trim around it, but it isn't an actual leather bag. Now I'll take you through the features of this bag, which to be fair, there isn't many, but there are a couple of things that I think is worth noting. First of all, the overall shape. The overall shape to this is very similar to the women's saddle bag. It is, however, a little bit larger, and also the women's saddle bag has like a little strap over here. Now you can then buy an extra strap like this, which will then set you back another couple of £100, which on top of an already outrageous price tag, I think is a little bit like daylight robbery. This then also comes with a more heavy duty strap than the women's version, and I think it just makes it look a little bit more masculine. The bag itself has this extra little piece on here, which I find hugs the body really, really well. Now the overall look to this is a lovely sort of canvas look. Each of these sort of Dior prints, this is stitched. The one thing that I have was sort of like a reservation is that I am wary that this is going to pull and pluck. So just bear that in mind if you are then wearing a product that might then pluck this stitching out, because otherwise your bag, it's just going to look ruined. Now the bag does come with this little attachment here, which is basically do not remove if you want to then give this bag back. And that would usually be attached to this section here, but because I've been wearing it and because I love it, I've ripped it off. So we then lift open this flap and we have this magnetic clasp here, which is a really strong magnet. This isn't going to open by itself, which is excellent, and I think that that is a good safety feature. We also have this metallic zip as well to then make sure that your things don't then fall out. We also have these two leather strips here. They serve no functionality whatsoever. They are there purely for aesthetic reasons. The one thing that I would say is the box, it's bending this, and this I'm scared of getting creased or just sort of getting bent out of shape, and it already sort of is bending a little bit out of shape. So that is one of the reasons of why I hate this being so small and I hate the box being so small. The overall look to this with this sort of like wavy design, I think looks really, really cool, but also down here as well. So it just kind of makes it look a little bit more contemporary. Inside the bag, not really much to report. I have stuffed it with tissue paper. It doesn't actually come with any tissue paper inside the bag, which again, I'm really, really shocked at. I just feel that if you're spending all of this money, you want it to be packaged correctly. And I have to say, I wasn't overly enamored with the overall packaging of it. And I think it could have also been a little bit more protected in the way of its shape to make sure that it then has like some tissue paper in there. Inside this, we just have the little Dior logo on the back here, but that's it. I did think that they maybe would have included like a little zip or something, but I suppose they do have this zip, so there probably isn't much need in then having then a secondary inside. Plus, I am a little bit aware of the fact that this will get very, very full very quickly. And I would say don't overfill this because it is going to lose its shape really, really quickly if you do. Just bear that in mind. If you are somebody that like carries a lot of stuff, this might not be the bag for you. On the back of this, nothing to report. It just looks a really, really clean aesthetic. Next up, we come to the belt strap. Now this is really interesting. So this belt buckle comes from Alyx, which has been designed by Matthew Williams. I really like this. I think that this collaboration between Matthew Williams is superb. It's got the CD for Christian Dior on here. This also is a functioning belt buckle because all you need to do is press this down like so and pull it out and it comes apart. And then to push back, just literally slide it back in. The one thing I am a little bit scared of is this is a matte finish and this is going to pick up scratches like a mother. Please, please, please be careful with this. I have found that any marks I have been able to rub off, but it's only a matter of time before I put a whopping great dent in this. At the end of the day, your bag, it is designed to be worn, but just bear that in mind when you are wearing this. The strap also then has embossed in this Christian Dior's logo on here, which again, I think is a really nice touch. Also on the other end of this, we then have the metal little buckle, which then has Dior, which is just on the side there, if you can see that. This then is attached using leather trims, which I think is excellent, and also is going to be really good for durability and wearability. The length of this strap can be adjusted just by pulling like so. I feel like an air hostess at the moment. Please fasten your seatbelts and adjust the buckle like so. You can also pull this right down to then bring the buckle down to the bag. Personally, I don't like this look, but I have seen loads of people on Instagram wearing it like this. One thing I will say about this strap is I don't like how long it is. Me, as a short ass, personally, I just don't like it purely because it just looks ridiculous wearing it like this, and then also wearing it really, really long, it just looks, again, a bit odd. However, I have found a couple of ways in which I will then wear this, which I will show off for you as well. Usually I wear this bag to this length, which I think is a good length for me. Plus, I'm then not taking away from the design of this bag because the strap ends just where it meets the bag. If I want to wear it more like a streetwear type of accessory, I have found a sneaky little trick. If I pull this all the way down, like so, what I will then do is I will pull the strap out from this little loop up like so. Personally, I think actually this look looks really, really cool. And it's not then hanging down over the bag and sort of taking away from the general aesthetic of the bag. Take it or leave it, but that's just a little trick that I have then sometimes used if I'm wearing it a little bit higher on my body. Inside the bag, we then also come with a little booklet. Not only does it hold a little bit of information about your care, but also it holds your card. Now, this card here is then basically a certifying card to then certify that this is a Dior product and it isn't a genuine fake. Now, guys, I'm not going to show you the number because obviously that is a number for my product, so I don't want anybody else then having that, but I will then show you just the back of that card of what you then expect. So hopefully that proves that this is a genuine product. Overall, I am stoked about how versatile this piece is. I think that this colorway is really in season at the moment and it's really on trend with those sort of neutral colors. Plus, I think that it is just the right amount of being out there with this design without it then being too much. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you just a various couple of ways in which you can then wear this. So first of all, I'm showing you the way in which I would usually wear it, which is just on the front of the body, which is then maybe just slightly to the side, and it has that longer strap. Personally, I think that this is what most Instagrammers are wearing it like, but also if I then show you with the shorter strap, you will then see it's a little bit further up on the body. It looks a little bit more streetwear-esque, and personally, I do really like this if I'm maybe not wearing a coat or something, because I just don't think it's actually going to get around a puffer jacket. So I would probably wear that if I was then just wearing a t-shirt or a shirt or something just very, very simple, and it's not going to be then too bulky. The other way of wearing it is also wearing it on the other shoulder and wearing it more like a diagonal. Again, I really like this because it accentuates maybe your height, and also that piece that is then on the top of the bag hugs the body really, really well and just creates a really clean silhouette. We then have two ways that I then wear it on the back. Personally, I was a bit like, yeah, maybe not. It probably won't wear that well on the back. Actually, it looks really, really nice. Again, that piece that I then talked about on the top, I just personally feel that it hugs the body really well, and it kind of hugs round your body, so it just looks more like it's part of the outfit rather than just kind of stuck on, which maybe sometimes when you're wearing it on your chest, it can look a little bit like that. Also, I can then wear it as if I'm then wearing it on the front, sort of lengthways. I personally don't like this look, but if you then wanted to then maybe just sort of show off a little bit more of that strap and show off the overall sort of design and the overall look of this lengthways, then that might be another way that you then wear this. Overall, I think that the piece is really versatile, so you can wear this with a multitude of different outfits, which I think is great, certainly when you are paying this price point. And there we go, guys. That is my full review of the Oblique Dior men's saddle bag. I hope that you've enjoyed it, and if so, please then check me out on Instagram to see what outfits I am pairing this with this winter. As always, please hit that subscribe button if you have then really enjoyed this video, smash the like button, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Take care, guys. See you later. Bye.